Robert Saleh has made an announcement on his quarterbacks for the Buffalo Bills. Game 2. You remember the last time the Jets took care of business in division against the Buffalo Bills. Zach Wilson was the quarterback in that one. And then he went up to New England and faced the Patriots, and we all know what happened there, and the Mike White era was born. Unless it's not an era. Unless it's still just temporary. And that was asked of Robert Saleh, and he basically said there's still an intent to play Zach this season. And that won't happen this week, though. He will be quarterback number 3 for a 3rd straight week. The reset continues. And the reset that the team and Robert Saleh said he needed would be aided by him not even preparing to be the number 2 quarterback. Emergency number 3. So it's another hooded sweatshirt, earbud day for Zach Wilson, the number 2 overall pick in the draft. It will be Mike White going for the Jets with Joe Flacco backing him up against the Buffalo Bills. What I said yesterday, I watched it back, as I do when a video that emanates from this show goes a bit viral, and did sound a bit harsh what I said. I said I don't care if Zach Wilson doesn't start another game for the Jets ever.
Yep.
Don't care.
That's what you said.
Don't take it back.
You meant it.
I'm not taking it back. I did mean it.
Okay, good.
I did mean it. And I know it sounds harsh, and I just want to reiterate, it's because it's not like I think he's useless or I'm angry with him or I have something personal against him.
Tough love.
I'm saying that if Mike White continues to play the way that he is playing, you need to see if he can be the guy. And the fact that they can still make the playoffs even though they missed. How many teams can miss on a number 2 overall pick quarterback and still make the playoffs? Or a top 5 quarterback and still miss the playoffs? The answer, I think, is the San Francisco 49ers. Not that they've missed on Trey Lance. That is still an open question.
We haven't seen him play.
They haven't seen him play. They haven't needed him.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy may be the latest quarterback to say that the 49ers may not need Trey Lance. And that is still something that they don't have to answer yet. And they also don't need to make a decision on Trey Lance at all because it's a moot point. He's not coming back this year. Zach Wilson, though, is a different ball of wax. The guy chosen one spot above Trey Lance because apparently the Niners didn't even bother to knock on the Jets' door. They knew that they were going to take Zach Wilson number 2 overall, and they knew Trevor Lawrence was going number 1 overall. So all they had to do is get to 3, and they'd get the quarterback that they wanted out of Justin Fields, Mac Jones, and Trey Lance. And the quarterback there, at this point in time, they could see what they have in Purdy, or they can ride him, and they have no choice but to do that. The Jets have a different story. And you know, just like in San Francisco, the coach and the general manager's right, and the same way I said in New York. And so why does Zach Wilson have to be such a sacred cow if they can win with Mike White? That's my point. And all I will do is reiterate here. Even if Mike White does one of those 9 for 24, 2 interception games, even if he does that against Buffalo, I still want to see him the next week against Detroit. That's what so to me, in the same way, to use a similar analogy, or it might be apples and oranges, that it didn't matter if TCU won or lost, they were still going to be 3. As long as it was,
close.
They were still going to make the playoffs, win or lose. Same thing for Michigan, same thing with Georgia. Win or lose, I want to see Mike White again. I want to see how he handles the adversity, the bounce back. If he does get his lunch handed to him, I want to see how he handles that. I think he's earned that already in the first 2 starts. And that Zach Wilson, I don't know, to be number 3, that's kind of curious to me. So he's really learning the hard knock life right now. You know, he's really learning that, where he's got to sit back and watch. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.